Hi friends, this is Ashley from the Homeschool Gal, and I'm totally excited you're joining me today because I have a great tip for making white flowers like daisies pop off the page. So I'm just going to mark the center of where these daisies are going to go. I think I'm going to do 3. And then I'm going to draw a larger circle around those centers so that I have kind of a general guideline for where my petals should extend to. So to draw the petals, I'm just going to draw these elongated, they're almost kind of like a letter U if you spin it around a little bit. And then I'm going to draw some half petals behind the full petals to give it that full look that daisies have. I'm just going to go along putting a petal here and there wherever it feels like it needs one. For the centers, I just like to draw little circular shapes. Sometimes I'll even make little spiral kind of shapes. And then towards the center of the center, I guess that's a funny way to say it, but there I'll just put little dots so that it kind of fades because daisies tend to have the biggest stamens towards the outer rim and then they get a lot more flat towards the center. So I just erased the guide for the petals of the flowers. Daisy leaves kind of have jaggedy edges, but I'm going to kind of draw the basic shape of them, which is almost like a curving V shape. I'm just going to put them here and there, kind of getting a feel for where I want to put them, and then I'll go back and draw some more detail. Okay. I like this placement. To draw those little serrated edges, I'm just gonna draw a little jaggedy line. I don't want these to look super harsh, so I kind of don't make it like a harsh cornered zigzag, but I kind of curve it a little bit. I notice here's kind of empty, so I think I'm going to draw in a couple leaves here too. So I noticed I forgot to draw the little jaggeds over here. So I'm going to add those back in. Okay, so I know I told you guys I had a trick to make your daisies pop, and it is so easy. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but here's all it is. You take a relatively soft pencil, and I don't like to go too soft because it will smudge, and we don't want it smudged in our daisy, so I'm just using a B pencil right now, and this is not a very sharp pencil. I just used it to outline everything, so it's getting a little on the dull side right now, but that's actually perfect for this because what I'm going to do is to make those daisies look whiter, I'm going to make their background blacker. It seems so obvious, but I'm excited to show you what a difference it makes. And this actually helps if you have a few little gaps that go behind the daisy, like this one goes way in and here goes way in. It'll make your daisy look more real, and like over here, I have a pretty good sized gap and I'm going to fill it in. And suddenly those petals pop off the page even more. I'm just moving my pencil whatever direction I have to get around the little petals, but then for bigger areas I'm basically keeping my pencil lines all going about the same diagonal direction. Another thing I'm doing is I'm making it darker right under the flowers, and I'm kind of letting it fade out towards the edges of the drawing. To make things more black in a graphite drawing, you never just want to push really hard. You'll put dents in your paper, that's not the goal. So just keep layering it, and if you get feeling like it's not going fast enough, you can grab a softer pencil. I'm going back over the background with some little circles to give it a grassy, mossy feel. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in and just brighten up any of the petals that maybe got a little bit messy. Now just to make this pop even more, I'm going to go back in with an HB pencil and just darken up the leaves a little bit so that the flowers push forward and the leaves push back into that dark background. And what I'm trying to do here is just make these leaves kind of the darkest right next to the daisy so that they look like they're behind it, and then a little bit brighter towards the tip. I'm also trying to keep my lines going in the same direction as the leaves' veins are going, because that just helps it look a little bit more natural. Okay, this is just about done. I think it's looking great. I am gonna go ahead and see how this leaf overlaps this flower. I'm gonna put just a little bit of a shadow on these petals with just really soft, fine, straight lines so that you kind of get the impression that there's maybe a little bit of a shadow on the flower where it kind of pushes back so that the leaf can be in front of it. I'm going to do the same thing, just a little bit over here. Not being super picky with this, and in fact this one kind of looks like I could push that whole section of the flower back so that it kind of curves under. Okay, I think I'm going to try smudging the edge of this and we'll see if it works or not. Okay, good. I think that really is working to soften the edges. And then I think I'm just going to make one or two more spots a little bit darker and call it good. Using the same pencil, which I just sharpened to a nice point, I'm going to go back over a few of these petals in the centers just to make them really pop and finish things up.